Hi all, welcome to Some Dialogues, The Truth Behind. And today we have a very special guest who is part of the Reform UK. Steve, can you please introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Yeah, so my name is Steve Wallington. I'm an ex-campaign manager for Reform, our local branch, Didcot and Wantage. I'm no longer active at that level now with Reform, but I am still a member and I am very active. I do lots of... I tread the streets and do the leaflets, and I'm working closely with them all the time. And I joined Reform like many other people on the country, for the reason that our governments have driven me into it. Basically, I'm a normie. I'm a granddad. Donald Trump has been a massive change in the political landscape, and we are stuck, unfortunately, with this Prime Minister that is dead set on ruining us as a country. So this is where I am, and very pleased that you've invited me over for the chat.
So I want to start with one straight question. Why do you think anyone should vote Reform in the next general election?
If you're disillusioned with the political system as it is, you don't have any choice, I will say. I'm wrapping that all up into a few words, but I am deadly serious that if you really are disappointed with the system that you've got, there is no other alternative. Reform are the only political party, and we're a ragtag bunch of scoundrels, nobodies from general normies in the world, but we're coming together and we're building a big movement. And I think it's got its problems still, but I think everybody's heart is in the right place for a change. Reform are the only political party that was offering us a home for the common man.
Okay. We have around 3% of Indian population in UK who made UK as their home. Now, out of this 3%, 1.66% are Hindus, 1.96% are Hindus, and I am from the same faith. I'm a Hindu, and I do vote Reform, maybe in wherever I vote since last 4-5 years. Anywhere, if I go to poll station and if I'm voting, myself with my family vote for Reform. Now, I want you to tell why and how we can bring in the Indian diaspora to vote for Reform, because currently there is a myth going on considering Reform as far right party.
Well, where I'd go with that is that I think we've all got to understand that we're living in the UK now, and there is a globalist agenda to push us all together for integration to be a thing, and they're trying to tone everything down. Now we're losing our faiths, we're losing our cultures, we're losing. They want us all living in the grey area.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any left. There's not going to be any right. They think there's a utopia in the middle, and we can all live in that grey space. I say that that's going to cause us massive problems, and I think we have to try to understand where we are within that grey area. Yes, it's important for us to kind of accommodate each other. The accommodation has to work both ways. Indians need to make their feelings view to us, their views clear to us, as we do them. We don't. I think overwhelmingly there's less racism historically than there is today, and I think this is being fueled by the left and right wing perspectives that's being forced upon us. But I think in the middle, as I said, they're trying to make us live in the grey space. Within that grey space, we have to learn tolerance, and we have to learn understanding. And I think what we're doing here today, chatting with you, Ram, this is a great platform and a really big opportunity to bring both sides together. You representing your clan and me representing my clan. Although, we are just a very small part of those clans and a small voice. But let's do what we can, and let's try and convince everybody that we're in this soup together, and that we all have to work to get us out. To make it better. The left and the right really don't have a place. Reform are more considered more right wing now, only because the left have gotten more left. Right wing policies that Reform espouse to are just normal views. They're the normal views of the people. And when you look at the voting polls that are there at the moment, you'll see that the other political parties have left the building. Reform is the only political party that is representing the common man. So that's my answer.
Okay. So to reform the UK, significant changes are needed.
Massive.
Massive. And then reforms need to be on the current law, like the what we call the judiciary in UK.
Yeah.
So how is it possible for reform?
What we need to do, right, I'm not going to interrupt you. Elon Musk, with his Doge, when Trump took power in the States, Elon Musk's perspective was laws on top of laws and top of laws on top of laws, and the regulation and the red tape makes everything very heavy, and nothing can rise. We're all drowning in bureaucracy. What we have to do is we have to undo that bureaucracy. We literally have to put people in our parliaments, that are going to unravel it all and break it all down. And once we can do that, we can then build it back up. There's going to be a process. It's not going to be easy. That process has got to start with, you can't make an omelette without breaking an egg. We're going to break some eggs. It isn't going to be easy. You've got to have faith that you're going to put yourself in the right space and stick with it.
To make a change, it's not just how much majority we have got in the parliament, but there is some considerations more than a parliament to be taken to change the law, because changing the law is not straightforward. Okay, and one of the reason the current law, I don't know what do we call it as a judiciary in UK.
Judiciary.
Yeah. So many boats are coming. Illegal migrants are coming. Most of them are coming to this country, our country, because I'm Brit, I'm nationalist as well, to our country because they're getting free home, free food, free everything. And by the time they get free home, free food, free everything, they are getting free hotel until they get settled down in this country. Now the current laws, unless the laws are changed, we cannot stop the boats.
The laws can change, though. That
How?
These laws can change overnight. All we've got to do is have some people with backbone to make it happen. At the moment, we haven't got people in Parliament. We haven't got MPs that have a backbone. We have to, call me right wing if you like. I don't think I am. I think the left has gone so far left that I'm just a normie with a perspective. But I'm not afraid to show my true colours. If I've got something to say, I'm happy to say that. I really do think that more people have to do that. They have to grow the backbone, and then they have to realise that that without so things have to change. They have to change overnight. Ram, they have to change in such a hurry because I'm growing old now. I'm 59 years old. You're not getting any younger. You know, when we look at we haven't got the time on our side. The country hasn't got the time on their side. The country is moving so fast in that direction that we really have to cut the head off the snake. We have to stop it today, and we have to start reversing things. And that is only going to be done by having the same kind of backbone that Donald Trump has showed in America, Elon Musk, and the stuff. You know, there's nothing to stop us going out, sticking a rope on a boat and pulling it back in the opposite direction. Nothing to stop us. We're not putting anybody's lives at risk. Yeah, they can jump off in the water if they want, but that's their choice. So
that's a good point.
Well, we have to do something.
Yeah.
So it's illegal. What they're doing, illegal migration. You can't just jump on a plane, go home without showing a passport, jumping through all the hoops. Now you're going to have censorship. You're going to have digital IDs. Every movement that you make is going to be tracked. Yet they allow any Tom, Dick and Harry, wherever they come from, whatever they're leaving behind, whatever crimes that they may have committed. We don't even have documentation on these people. They're undocumented. They're entering our country illegally. Yeah. Anybody else, any other country in the right mind, like in America, would take action, close the borders. We sent people to war to defend our borders. Many of these lives that were lost, in fact, all of the lives that were lost throughout the wars have always been about borders. But it's the bureaucrats. They're playing games with people's lives. They're driving an agenda in the world, throughout the world. They're driving an agenda to put us together, to push all different groups of people together. And they do not want to stop that. There is a global agenda. It's pretty obvious. It can't just happen, all over the world by accident. It's in France, it's in Germany, it's in wherever. Yeah. It's not by accident. This is happening. I've been actually watching a couple of guys on Twitter lately. They've been on the beaches in France. Yeah. Disabling the boats. Yeah. Perhaps, maybe. But they've been finding lots of documentation. So when Keir Starmer says we're smashing the gangs, there is no gangs to smash. It is literally NGOs, non-government organisations, the charities. The money is being funneled into making. You're not gonna. This is why there's police on the beaches waving them goodbye. Nice bon voyage, and have a good journey. Let's hope you get there. When you get there, don't forget, lads. When you get onto the beach, don't run anywhere, because they're going to bring you a phone, a new change of clothes. They're going to give you a nice little card with some money on it, and they're going to stick you on a bus, and then they're going to drive you to wherever.
Nice hotel, yeah, 5-star hotel, yeah, big hotel. I mean, luxurious hotel.
Who wouldn't want to do that? It's quite a torturous journey. You don't know if you're going to end up at the bottom of the sea. But ultimately, what a reward from a country that you may be coming from. And I don't say that there aren't asylum seekers, legitimate asylum seekers. There are. But like you said, they're coming across other borders to get here. We are the promised land, We are the pot at the end of the rainbow. And we have to, the British people, are seeing this, and we're going to reform to put this right.
Okay.
and that's why we're voting.
Is reform? See, when I say reform, I'm just trying to take perspective of Steve on the point of the reform, but it may not be the reform party's their own agenda. But because Steve is being as part of the reform and he can have his own voice, so most of the points what Steve is going to be updating us are mostly his personal.
They are my personal views.
Yeah, personal views, and they may not be representing the Reform UK. But yeah, so he, because being with Reform, so he will have some idea like what Reform can do and then how they can be doing it.
At local level, as I say, I've been a campaign manager.
Yeah,
I've been one of the guys that have been going out there trying to organise the events and trying to get people together. Interacting, trying to. I am hoping. It's not quite formalised yet, but I am hoping that there might be a way back into the local branch again, because there's some changes happening locally. So if there's anybody out there that like what I'm saying and you want to put me back in the space, please, if I ask for your vote, please give it to me.
Yeah.
Because I did take a quite forthright position as a campaign manager to enact certain things. The reason I'm no longer a Reform campaign manager, and you spoke to Kieran, who's taken that position, is because I wanted to move. I wanted to move fast. As I said to you earlier in the when we were talking about the laws on top of laws on top of laws, and I said to you how fast this country is going down. I really feel that it's important to act quickly in this country. We've been caught out locally on two elections, May the local elections in May, and the by-election that we just had in Wantage. Both I played a very big part of, and sadly, we didn't overthrow the Lib Dems in those areas. I think we need to take the bull by the horns, and we need to move faster and harder to get people on board. So if you're thinking about reform, and you really do want a change in this country, as I say, I don't think you have a lot of choice but to stick with reform and get some money down and get into the membership and come and vote and come and participate. Get on the streets, doing some leafleting, doing some canvassing. If you want to, put yourself up for election locally and really make a stand. But the more faces and the more people that we can get on board, the better. I wanted to. I tried very hard to get lots of meetings together, local venues. I talked to the parish council. I talked to other canvassers. I got groups of people together, and I had a whole long list of aims and objectives to do. Unfortunately, I was moving a little bit too fast for our branch as far as they were concerned. So, that relationship came to a small blip in the road.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get that back on.
Assume I'm already a member, but assume that I'm not yet a member. I'm planning to join Reform, but I do have a question. Is Reform not a political party? Because any political party can take a stand and then they can back out. So how come I can think that Reform is going to be on the stand? And is it not Reform's responsibility to give the agenda, how the reforms are going to be, what reforms they are going to be doing, and a white papers like how they are going to, what is the plan to implement them?
Okay, so what you got to remember, Ram, is that you're going to be one small pawn in a very big cog. That cog is getting bigger and bigger with with Reform is growing.
Yeah.
But none of us came from a political background. We're not educated college and university people. We are normies off the street, and we're all trying to come back to trying to come together to try and make a political party. It's going to take lots of enthusiasm, lots of bartering, lots of coercion at times, lots of stuff. There's going to be people that fall away on the side. It's not going to be. But what you have to remember is that that's democracy. We're bringing everybody together and giving them a place to go politically. So, as I say, if you want a change, then Reform are going to give you that platform. But we're growing. And we can't just tell you what the system is. We're inventing it as we go. And the more voices that we have and the more contributors to that, the more we can be a real democracy to bring it all together. So if you're politically challenged, then probably not a place for you to be. But if you're really keen to get involved and to make a choice, the home is Reform.
It's a question in many. Why not Reform try and then convince Tommy Robinson to be part of the Reform?
Well, okay, so the Tommy Robinson thing. I love Tommy Robinson. I like Rupert Lowe. I like Ben Habib. I like Katie Hopkins. I like people with voices. Yeah. This is the important thing for me. I probably fit into that. Andrew Tate as well. You know, people with voices, people that don't sit in the grey area in their lives. They've chosen a side. They're on one side. They're on another. I've always had that. I've got this big problem, Ram, with the grey zone. The grey zone doesn't get stuff done.
Okay.
The grey zone, the grey zone, it's indecisive. You know, it's like, oh, there's a fire. Oh, there's a fire. You're so consumed by the fire that you don't know that you can't see the open doors all around you. You don't know which way to run. You're a headless chicken.
Yep.
The grey zone isn't going to get you what you want. You need to pick a side and aim for it, you know? And that's what Tommy Robinson's given you. He's highlighted stuff, you know. He's not a political figure. No, I went to the Patriot March. You know, I've been to a couple of marches.
Okay, for example, whenever I hear about him, he consider Hindus, Sikh, and many other religions.
That guy is not racist.
Exactly, he's not. That's what I'm saying.
He is not racist.
He's not. That's what I'm saying.
For anybody to consider Tommy Robinson a racist, it needs to have their head scratched.
I'm totally convinced, because calling Hindu, part of them is not a racist, because Hindu is not a race.
No.
Sikh is not a race. It's basically a religion.
I could get into a lot of trouble for saying that.
No.
There's people they'll put knives in my back for saying stuff
really?
like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't care.
We want to be on the right side. I'm a Hindu. I want to be on the right side.
I need to say it. And other people need to grow their backbone as well and say it. You know? Yes, it might get you into some trouble with the neighbours or whatever. You know? Maybe you'll get the nasty police knocking at your door trying to go, you've said some nasty words
Reform should make these kind of changes as well.
No. There isn't a home for Tommy Robinson in Reform. Right? It wouldn't fit with Tommy Robinson to be in a structured political party that Reform needs to change into.
Got it.
Yeah, he is a loose cannon. He's there's a lot of similarities between me and him. If you see it, you say it. That's what he does, and he's paid the price, big prices. You know,
that was unfair, actually.
Solitary confinement with prison sentences that should never have been.
That was unfair. That was unfair.
And Ben Habib has offered him a lifeline, and I think that's great.
Okay.
But ultimately,
So is he joining Ben Habib's party now?
well, he's playing an active part now.
Okay.
But
Alliance can be made, right? Anytime.
But he has a different agenda, doesn't he? He wants to expose the corruption and the atrocities that's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just happens to be the Muslim guy, you know? Doesn't make him racist. But, you know, we've all, you know, you might be good at putting podcasts together. We all have a niche, don't we? We're all good at something. I think what he's found is his niche. He's good at exposing the deep state.
Yeah.
The lawfare that's going, that is being uncovered. He's waking us up to it. And that's his niche. That's what he's doing. And he's doing it very well. As you can
I'm a
see
big fan
with
of him,
Patriots.
as I mentioned. I love him.
Yeah. So you can't knock him for that. You know, if he's going to take the blows, you know, when they lock him up and throw away the key, which they might eventually, or somebody might shoot him one day. He might do a Charlie Kirk, you know.
True.
But he's willing to take the chance, and I take my hat off to him for that. I wouldn't want to be quite so far out there as he is, but politically, no, it's not the right place for him to be in reform. For me, the Tories have been in power for so long. They've driven this country in the direction that it's continuing and getting worse in. They are the same people. The Tories are the Tories.
Yeah.
They may be changing their rhetoric, their speech, what they're saying today. You wouldn't trust them. I would love to see a few defectors.
I voted for so long for them, actually.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. Can you trust them? Would you really want to put your eggs in that basket again? Once bitten, twice shy, they say. You can't blame. Yeah, I mean, I went knocking doors, canvassing in the last by-election just a few weeks ago, and I had people answering the door going, "Get away from here! You're racist! You're fascist!" Yeah, and a lot choicer words than that, but. Yeah, you take it with a pinch of salt. Some people are so indoctrinated into a system that they don't. There's no change in them. They are firmly fixed and have been. Some of these people, you're never gonna change their minds. You can't argue with them at the door and go, "Well, do this and do that and whatever." It's not going to make any difference.
Do you see any possibility of general elections coming earlier?
Yes, I do.
How is it possible?
Ram, this is why. What I'm saying to you is, this is why I wanted to drive this. I want to drive the parties. I want to campaign. I want I want everything to happen today. Do you know why? We got caught out in the last two elections in this area. Our by-election. They ummed and they ahed about how they're going to do it, and it's slow. There was no organisation, and I got disappointed with that.
Okay.
And for me, I saw it coming. I've been saying that we should be campaigning 24/7, 365 days a year. Because when the election is called, there's only going to be a short time to prepare for that. And we need to be up there. We need to be up there, out there, making moves, getting people, doing what we're doing now, talking to you guys, you know, your viewers, talking to those people. This is what we should be doing all day, every day, for us, you know, for any spare time that we've got. This is what, because yes, I do. I mean, look at the last 2 weeks with this government. The last 2 weeks. The things that have been uncovered, the things
so
that have been
how is it possible? Like, are we expecting the existing Labour Party members to be resigning or joining the reform? Because, see, they have full majority in the House. Technically speaking, so we have to wait till 2028 to see reform in power.
No, not at all.
How come?
Shortly, all right, we've just had the budget, haven't we? It was a disastrous budget. The unemployment has gone up. Businesses are going out, going under. richer people are fleeing the country. Okay,
That is true. Yeah.
yeah, the money is leaving this country, not just by the rich, but all the immigrants. Where's that money going? They're going to be sending it home, aren't they?
Yeah.
Our money is like a sieve. This country is like a sieve. The money is just disappearing, and they are printing and printing and printing money. Now we talked about Bitcoin earlier, but they are printing money now, and as fast as they print it, it is going out the system. The value of our money is becoming less and less.
Yeah.
That is why inflation is going higher and higher and higher. So our pound once bought whatever, it's buying less and less and less because of inflation going up. Shortly, yeah, you might get a pay rise, but your pay rise isn't going to reflect the amount of money that's going out through the sieve. It's like a bucket with a hole in it. The bucket, the water is draining out the bucket faster than they can put the water in. And they can't fill it fast enough.
There are so many ways the hole is working out. I don't think you will agree with my next point. It's basically on the same thing what you mentioned now. Ukraine war, and UK is actively spending money on that, and then it's a taxpayers' money. So do you think reform will stop? Do you think reform will stop this kind of funding on the?
They
wars?
have to. They've promised the people.
Yeah.
But reform have a contract that they put together. And that contract is legally binding. If they tell you, if they read off the contract now and then you vote them in, you could literally take them to court for breaking the contract. So every other political party have made their shopping lists, and then when they get into power, they don't. I still can't remember that word. When they get into power, they don't enact it. They lie. They lie to you. Well, reform won't do that. They're doing it differently. So you'll hold them to account. But the good thing is, as I said to you, they're changing. So they're going to take the layers of bureaucracy out. Europe, ECHR, go away. We're not interested in what you've got to say. Why do we need the European Court of Human Rights when we have a perfectly good human rights parliament that can be acted in our country? We pay our politicians to do our political work. They shouldn't be making decisions about what goes on abroad.
They should have gone off after Brexit, right? Because we are already off the Brexit, and we are not binding to any European laws now.
Yeah.
So why are we still following the European things?
It's a global agenda. It's their objective. They want open immigration. They want countries without borders. That's what they want. They think we're an experiment. This is an experiment. It was an experiment in the US until Donald Trump said, "Oh, sorry about that. We're not going down that route anymore. Get out." But sadly, the EU are still pushing the agenda throughout Europe to collapse borders, have open immigration.
Totally different question I'm going to ask. Is reform against legal migration?
No, not at all. It's merit-based.
That should be the case, yeah?
So it's
skill-based and merit-based.
That's the objective with reform, right?
What they're going to bring into this country.
If you bring in something to this country wants, we'll welcome you into the country with open arms.
That's a great talk. Great session today.
Thank you, Ben.
And thanks.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, Steve. And Steve, one last liner to the viewers, please, before we go off.
Integration. Reform. Please think about reform wisely. If you're going to put pen to paper and do it for the change. Do it for the change that needs to be done for the UK. And